Absolutely, this is the team to beat right now. It feels like they are clicking in every phase of the game. You know, going back and doing some VOD review, there's a lot of dimensions to EDG right now. They can come at you fast, and they will try to test you early sometimes, or they'll spread the map. But this is looking pretty similar to their last pistol on this against Team Liquid. A little bit of mid-pressure, try to lurk up towards A, try to get control of that rope position. But Izu already a bit ahead of it, and they're already reinforcing with the fade as well. So we'll try to talk about this comp change a little bit for T1 as this goes on.
Actually spotted Izu out, but still takes the time to clear it. Ends up having to gate crash away. Still is going to be nearby there on the site. Sylvan on the peak. Tagged up a bit, down to 73. Swings back into even more fire. Now just 25 health remaining.
Timing there, gonna force Sylvan way back behind the screen. That was just some noise being created. T1 reading it pretty well. They've got Buzz leaning in towards A, although he's making a move towards the other side. Smoggy still trying to create as much distraction as he can in mid, but really, Izu's first contact doesn't go well.
It's going to take it down, nobody. Drawing first blood here of the map, of the round is Stacks. Similarly, falls to the wayside. Kong Kong able to come away with the kill. A little bit of damage between the two players, but Kong Kong finds another fishing Buzz out of the smoke. Sight now wide open for the taking, and Sylvan gets dropped. EDG looking for a flawless pistol, not going to find it as Meteor. Get a nice little lurk timing, but as he swings the corner, he will meet his demise. And EDG will take the opening round.
Yeah, this is something that I think might surprise some people with EDG, is they're very patient on this attacker side on split. Against Team Liquid, they're really happy to spread the map, take their time, try to isolate some of these fights, and they're so clean right now. Their accuracy is through the roof. Every single player on this squad is fragging out of control. And those ghosts paying dividends for EDG to start. T1 though, see if they can rebound there. A smile from Sylvan, so nobody too concerned about that round just yet. And I mean, I'm very curious about Meteor on the Viper, but that didn't go so good again for Izu.
No, just trying to take some space here, maintain some control. It's wrested away from him. Handed it over here to Kong Kong, 4 and 0. 2 charges away from those knives. Pushing forward, looking for another, he will find it. Stacks gets taken down, Buzz desperately wanting someone to push him into the smoke here, but like you said, EDG playing this patiently, and in fact just going fishing. And once again, getting forward, and Meteor will be able to find one, stops it from another flawless, but EDG overall very cleanly will carry forward their weapons as they start things off 2-0 here on Split.
Yeah, and even though this is somewhat the way that EDG will play on this side, the other thing they like to do, if they're gonna go for fast hits, a lot of times it's B. They'll go just into garage and cut down that backside lane to try to clear that while fighting from the ground into heaven. And maybe they send one lurker up, but that's neither here nor there. So we might be seeing a bit of a different look. But in general, they spread the map. They're willing to take their time. They're willing to find those fights and set themselves up in favorable situations. And patience pays off again for them. So let's see what T1 can respond with now. Full rifles in hand. It's the bonus for EDG. Tap there. Kong Kong wants those blades. Absolutely, he will pop those right away with that Spectre to back it up.
For the entry here, Izu taking down one, but just traded out here. Kong Kong just runs down Stacks. Strafing around him with the Spectre in hand. Comes away with the kill, gets a weapon upgrade. T1 now very much on the back foot. Buzz tagged down to 12. The drone spotting out Meteor. Paranoia sent, but play off of this one. Chichu taking a bit of this damage, forcing into the open. Buzz able to collect one. Smog Keller here on the corner, has nobody in behind. 2 more kills, and Buzz will just have to drift away. Whisper on the wind as EDG converts this bonus, a 3-0 start on T1's pick of Split.
Yeah, and right now, this comp change isn't going so well for T1. Izu, the desk was highlighting him, a phenomenal Yoru. Yeah, they might catch him here, you're right.
He's wise to it. Smoggy, to be caught with a knife at hand. Buzz has managed to come away with another, but a minor consolation. This bonus conversion here for EDG absolutely stings for T1.
Yeah, they're winning in these opening duels, and like I was saying, Izu, yes, very good at Yoru typically. And it's not like he hasn't played it on this map, but you know, you can see some of the discomfort in him. He is able to win that opening duel this time, but is immediately traded. A good paranoia onto Stacks. forces him to fight up close and personal, and Kong's just too fast for him. There you go, at least Buzz gets the consolation, but EDG looking really in control right now, being really patient behind this Viper utility.
Big didn't spot anything, but this is all a bit of a ruse here as Sylvan tries to sell this, but EDG are not really biting. They do get forced away. Izu eats a copious amount of damage though, down to 49. You can tell EDG very suspicious about this corner.
They've been doing their homework. They're looking really well prepared, even with the agent comp change that T1 is bringing in today. Hasn't really fooled them too much.
Box and screen down.
They're just trying to figure out if there's going to be any lurks, any pushes. So far, though, T1 happy to play it a little bit more passive. See if they can gum up the works a bit. There's no information on the other side of the map, so EDG has to wait this out a little bit. Check sewers, check their spawn, make sure that nobody's coming through that way. Because that's definitely something a player like Meteor will do to you. You got to be aware.
Pushing toward the tailwind in. Izu able to find one, but then gets full flash taken down by nobody. One so far, but Meteor now dropping as he tries to swing out from heaven. The site gets busted open.
30 seconds left.
Realistically found here. Buzz just trying to disrespect the snakebite, walk over and find a timing. Cannot do so. He falls, Stacks will follow soon. With just one death, EDG move up 4-0 to start.
They're just so clean right now. Any kill that's found is immediately traded for EDG. They're just really on the ball, really on point, and this is what a championship team looks like. The communication, the coordination, the map awareness is all there for them right now. You're definitely going to be thinking about a timeout here as T1 because this is not going to plan, and you're getting beat up at the point of attack in particular, and then you're just kind of walking in one by one, giving EDG some of these duels, and they're happy to take them because they are way too good in them. And it's very, very good, of course. One away from an Armageddon as well for nobody. So some important ults going to be coming into cycle potentially in this round. And an aggressive push out of A. See, they're ready with the breach utility. Simon is chilling. They're anticipating this. They're so ready for this push out, our EDG. They expected that to be a little bit more aggressive with the op, and they were ready to set up the trap. But so far, T1 was just clearing the corner enough to plant Izu in a position.
Double stack in mid here. There's the vault line, and Izu cannot get out fast enough. Kong just far too swift. Operator on the floor. It's a little bit of spam damage through the smoke. Buzz now dead at ramp. Smoggy narrowly survives with 16 HP, and Kong now in deep past screens, has backup. Sylvan it'll find one, but instantly the trade is there. Nobody now.
Enemy
back
remaining.
around. Smoggy still holding his own. As Stacks will fall. Meteor just gets picked off right here in main. The operator, the timeout. They find zero value.
They're just getting beat. I mean, it's just a good fault line. And Kong's so swift to react again. It's the coordination, it's the communication that EDG brings. He's so fast to follow up off of that. There's no time to react for Izu. Tries to get out. And then again, you know, okay, Sylvan finds that kill. That's great. There's somebody there to trade right away. And T1, I think, needs to give up a little bit of space, play a bit more for retake. These early aggressive positions that they're taking are just getting destroyed. You need to change the pace. You need to change this map a little bit so you can get EDG off balance. Because right now they're walking the tightrope with ease.
Sheriffs having to play this quiet, having to play this more patiently. 3 players here. Focus over to mid. Just steadily backing away, leaving Kong. In the meantime, stealth drone out, try to just check around towards this B site. Reposition from Sylvan has to come through. This is the TP.
Gonna try to double stack that, but look at these salvos. Sylvan's gonna try to reposition. I like this.
Himself back into this corner once again. Time starting to tick away. 45 seconds remaining here in the round. EDG not liking what they've seen around mid, around B, so it looks like they once again just rotate over towards that A site. Izu here on his lonesome. Try to slow them down on this approach. 30 seconds remaining, that rope should have been heard.
30 seconds left.
Relays there. He's gonna back off. Tailwind forward, Stack's gonna be the bomb. Tries to go still so snappy with it. Finds one. Flashes up above around the top of the screen here. Izu, wow. Fadeaway shot on assignment. Kangang is still wreaking havoc. Needs to hit that one, but cannot. Was, however, arriving. Takes down one. Doesn't realize that he's getting hit from behind. Sylvan now with everything to do, but he cannot stop this plan.
Extremely difficult for Sylvan. No guns available until he is able to clear this corner. Around the elbow, Chichu.
Ready for the swing out. Ready for the instant trade. Sylvan would have to just hit this shot. Pop forward. Finds the first one. But did he see the jiggle? He did not. Doesn't have a gun. Doesn't have a clue. It's a solid attempt, but Chichu will ensure that EDG continue the streak.
He's so good, man. He's just unbelievable this event. So clutch. Every time you need him to step up, it feels like Chichu's good for it. Kong is just flying around the map right now. It is just full-on W key for him. He is just running and gunning with that Phantom and knocking T1 players down. There is not much that they've been able to do.
Nice.
That was one of their better rounds, and I appreciate the way that T1 played that. They gave up that extra space. They let EDG come towards the site before they tried to spring their trap. Here comes one of these B hits. Sylvan looking like he's going to be under a lot of pressure.
Stand your ground.
Again, forcing some space over towards mid, but Kong immediately finding one at Meteor. Not realizing that he was not in the clear, gets taken down. That's just another devastating start. Round after round here, T1 finding no advantages.
Spike planted.
Given that you once again have that operator in play, it's gonna take a big opening here from Buzz to want to recommit back into this one.
I don't think they will. I'd just save at this point. I don't think there's any hope.
Seems like the call has been made. Question for Kong is, does he go on the hunt? So the answer will be no. EDG look to just play this out flawlessly and will be able to do so. 7-0 on the attacking side here on Split. The blows keep coming, and T1, they are not keeping themselves on their feet.
Oh, this is absolutely brutal for T1. No other way to cut it, and championship quality EDG is showing up. I mean, we've already seen a couple 13-0s from them this year. Hasn't been on this map. So far, they are completely in cruise control. There's going to be a bunch of ults for T1 in the next round there. Oh, it went down into the bottom underneath the rope and flipped across it, yeah. Meteor thought he had escaped it, but it just had a little bit of
As 4 ultimates are available, given the way that these rounds have begun, the question, can T1 get to a point in the round state they can actually utilize them?
Right. I mean, it's so tricky. They're being so smart with their movement, avoiding this op. It's like nobody knows exactly what's going to happen after these timeouts. The coaching staff has done such a good job preparing EDG, even with the comp changes, the tendencies that T1 has been playing with. Here goes that Blade Storm.
Knives are popped up and over the top. There's the flash. The blind goes through. Kong even immense amount of damage, but still able to stick the landing. Swaps to the shorty. Stax gets obliterated. Buzz trade at the same time there at tower. Showstopper not getting
Spike planted.
any eliminations. And once again for T1 in this position. How do you try to get out? Simon tucked to the corner, does get hit by that paranoia. Izu's able to find one.
Still have the Rolling Thunder, though.
Yeah, and they're just fully entrenched and ready to send this. I'm going to be taken down. Looks like that will convince him to go ahead and send the Rolling Thunder. Minor consolation, but Simon reads it absolutely gorgeously. Swoops in, finds it up once again. Lost round once again. Lost. EDG are absolutely running away with this.
And the util combos here, so good to just isolate Stax. It gave him everything there. The fault line, the paranoia, and the Stax is just blind and stunned. What can you do? Kong's coming up and over you, forget it. He's not gonna give you those opportunities. It looked like maybe they'd found a way in, found an op pick, found a kill, but that rolling thunder in the back pocket, it's always going to be in your mind. When is that going to come out? When are they going to press that advantage? A couple Spectres being bought here. Yeah. So desperate, a nice opening pick for Izu, though. Gets out cleanly.
Cutting through.
She needed an early kill. Still, though, only 2 Spectres behind. 4T1, so firepower is still fairly weak, but swing onto the corner. Izu's going to be good for a second. Just get traded out. Smoggy able to find 1 Meteor. Tucked away there in the corner. At this range, just doesn't have a hope in hell. Smoke going to be dissipating here in heaven. Snakebite coming down to try to slow up Buzz.
Last player standing.
Smoggy is just ripping people to shreds. Well, all of this chaos is happening in heaven. Smoggy is sending T1 to hell. 9-0 now. The pain continues.
This is the round for T1. It's like, okay, we can do it this time, but I'm a bit confused why Izu doesn't pop his ultimate here. After he gets 2 kills, I think it's totally worth it to go for the Dimensional Drift, try to get the info on where the rest of the players are, and set up for that. And then Meteor drops down, he's stuck in a corner, tries to fight things out, has no help.
The help of Spectre.
Yeah. And now Kong Kong's got an op.
Scoops it up, says thank you very much. Just afford to buy one. They have plenty of cash. There's 0 hope for T1 to try to drain the coffers. Maybe 0 hope for them to get a single round win right now in this half. Kong Kong hits another incredible shot. 2-player advantage. Spike coming into play. A tap and a reposition, just trying to see what reaction they can get out of T1. EDG realizing, oh, there's still over a minute remaining on the clock.
Yeah, they've got all the time in the world.
TP into sight. Sylvan flashed up. Simon keeps him at bay. Off shot going to be going wide. Smoggy able to find 1. Buzz, however, traded out. Sylvan doing his damnedest. That's a nice headshot, but Simon will go ahead and cut him down to size 10-0. There's not been a 13-0 on the global stage since Gambit versus Team Secret at 2021 Champions, where the VCT really began. Right now, we might be witnessing new history in the making.
I mean, it's just incredible what they're able to do. And because they're able to take that site so early, they have a ton of time to just wait, and they know what the economy is like for T1. It's bad, and they can drag an extra, gun, an extra half shield out of them by just being patient. They're so good. You just have to be in awe of what this EDG team is capable of at their best. They can destroy anyone. They weren't kidding in their pre-show video.
Hard to disagree. Crossfire going to be broken up a bit. Stax finally gets himself on the board with an elimination here. Good timing on the rope. Meteor pushing forward, finding Chichu. Player advantage now. Found for T1 for the first time in this map. Tap of the plant, nobody. Quick peek over towards ramp, but still audioless, caught off guard. Stax will be able to find him. Now it all comes down to Simon. Was a miracle worker for them in the past when they made their run to become champions, and he needs to do it again. And he gets that first step, but Stax, maybe starting to come alive, is able to find the round here for his squad. And T1, they will not join the records there of Team Secret at global events. They will not go down without a fight. They get 1 round win so far in the half.
Yeah, and I like this a lot from T1. Give up that little bit of extra space and then set up the trap and spring it into action. A good paranoia from Sylvan connects, and then they know that they have Chichu stuck right by the rope. They're able to punish him, play a little back and forth by the box, use that Viper toxic screen as well that they brought in for this match today. Finally getting some value out of it. You're able to keep most of your guns. Sylvan has to go for a Guardian and the regen shield. You have a Viper's Pit for Meteor. Curious to see what they want to do with that, but you do have the pit as well for EDG, so if they can get into that post plant with Chichu alive, make it all the more difficult. Meteor's gonna just send in a mid and they're gonna challenge it.
Yep, push forward.
My God.
Meteor, dead. hits the floor. It's Kong. Just immediately removes
He's fearless.
that pit from the equation.
Absolutely fearless. You gotta love that.
He's fearless, he's bold, and he's certainly damn on point right now. Nothing gonna be spotted there from the stealth drone. There's the timing, Sylvan having to tuck back away. The paranoia does slow the tide here for the moment. He and Buzz getting completely and utterly surrounded. Nice little transfer on the Guardian. Sylvan able to find two. Chichu gonna be taken out at the same time as Stacks. Arrives in heaven. Hong, however, still snappy with it. Finds the first, cannot find the second. And now it's down to nobody. The Prowler from heaven knows the location of one, finds the other. But once again, Stacks there to bail them out in the round. 10-2, however, EDG so far out in front.
It's hard to imagine that T1 can come back from this. This EDG squad came to play, 2 days off, no problem at all.
Stacks and Buzz, they have done it before. That series versus Billy, but I don't know, something different about this one here today. We'll see what happens when we come back from the break.
Had it.
While they have favored themselves on that map in the past, it has not been going their way.
No, this is a must-win pistol. There's no other way to cut it. And this is where that double duelist comp needs to shine. Where you need to get Izu and Buzz really fired up, really start kicking indoors, just like we saw Kong on the other side of the map. 16 kills so far for Kong. I believe 7 deaths. He has been absolutely electric. The man just continues to impress. No matter the game, no matter the stage. Izu able to find a little bit of space. No challenge, just a fault line to stall. It's Kong. Timing.
Sylvan pops, goes for the push. Sylvan covering fire, able to find one, but Simon guns down 2 here on the site. Sylvan swooping out onto the rafters. Just managed to trade it back, trade it up. Player advantage down here for the side of T1.
One enemy
Catching a
remaining.
straight headshot, nobody up from Garage. Gets rid of Stacks. It looks so good for a brief little moment, and then it all falls to pieces. Another pistol to EDG. They now are up by 9 rounds.
They're just better. That's all there is to it right now. They're hitting crazy good shots. They're reading the map. They're reading the timings. You know, Meteor here trying to adjust, and Chichu able to find that narrow angle. Expects the push from Sylvan. So ready for it. And they're coming at you from different angles. They're winning the shots. They're hitting their heads. Those ghosts are so potent in their hands. And now you gotta buy here. As T1, you have to. You have no choice. So it's going to be a mix of different guns.
Oh, the
Hodgepodge.
mishmash.
Yeah, the mishmash, the hodgepodge, the bits and bobs. Everything in the kitchen sink for T1 in this round.
Paranoia, flash, and Buzz on the entry. Judge in hand narrowly gets that elimination. Managed to hold on to his life here for a little bit longer, but Meteor on that flank. Trying to stave off the wraparound. It's being picked apart. Aftershock at the ready. Clear any angles here for them. Sylvan just trying to hold things here at the drop. Kong swings the corner, finds one. And in the blink of an eye, all of Stacks' team has dropped around him. Push onto the corner, classic in hand. Kong will not allow for the force buy to find purchase. EDG get themselves up to map point.
Just the coordination again and the timing. Been hammering at this map for a reason on the broadcast because they are so good at it. Okay, a good entry here. It looks like there might be an opportunity, but look how clean he is with that stinger. And then they're all coming out of those smokes together. They're all pushing these angles together, and then they swing from different angles to just eliminate Stacks. And frustration from the IGL of T1, for sure. Anybody would be frustrated here. You want to just get a few more rounds underneath your belt here as T1. See if you can get that blood flowing. See if you can get that aim under control, because EDG is just demolishing you. Period. End of story.
One suppressed.
I feel that at this point, it's less about can we get ourselves back into this map here? Can we make a run back and take this to overtime? It has to be. can we get ourselves online for that second map of Bind?
Exactly.
Nobody looking for a timing, drifts across. Some self-disguise for the moment. How far does he pursue? Talon trying to flush him out into the open. Meteor, however, able to win out the fight. Good information on the two players still playing here at lobby. Nobody pushing up into the smoke. Meteor catches a good timing, catches a kill. Mike's starting to take away, but Chichu, ever present, finds one.
Shadows traveling.
There's still going to be one lingering around main. Can they flush open the site? Looks like the answer's going to be no. Chichu unless he can do something like that! Hits the floor! And nearly gets himself an ace to bring this to a conclusion. The time not on their side this round. Unwinnable for EDG. They cannot bring it to an end. But my God, Chichu nearly closes it out.
Surrounded by me.
He has just been incredible this tournament. A lot of people would say best player at the event. That right there is why, folks. This is destruction. Chichu, nasty, nasty transfers. Oh me, oh my.
Absolutely robotic in the aim. And yeah, for nobody on the opposite side of the stage, I think it's going to be a pretty easy round to shrug off. You still have 9 chances to close this out before you even have to worry about overtime.
Oh, look at this. Trying to set up a trap play.
Izu kind of in front of this, but nobody still is able to just peek in, gets the kill, and they just get out scot-free.
One of those iterations of the Breach Tejo combo that you're going to see a lot on this map.
Kong gets the headshot. Tailwind's forward. He wants a fight. He wants to scrap, but there's no one there.
And why not?
Take the beating.
Why not? Love it.
Slow and steady back away, Chichu. On the repeat. Knocked down to 3 HP. Tries to slow up the approach. Kong, however, getting in behind, but timing a little bit off for him. Draws back over to the Sheriff Buzz. Stunned up. Flushed out into the open. Into Kong's welcoming arms. And it is not on a buy round that EDG will bring this to a conclusion. They look to do it with one hero Bulldog and some Sheriffs. Sylvan swings the corner, is able to find one. Needs 3 more of those, but weapons have been recovered. The firepower in the hands of EDG. Getting stronger and stronger. Sylvan just rejoining the squad, needing to ace clutch to keep them in the map. Avoids the fault line, swings back, finds one! Snaps on a Froggy! And Sylvan will bail them out!
That is absolutely outrageous from Sylvan. He has come back off the bench and been a lightning rod for T1. He has had some really good maps, and this is his best moment yet. An ace at the international level for Sylvan. Insanely well played there. The timings able to work and isolate one player after another. The ult there. EDG has to spread the map. They're not sure if he's gone to the other side. They're not sure if he's gone B. He sticks A and he's able to catch Kong out. Looks like that was map done. Viper's Pit gonna be used in mid here. No challenge just yet from T1. They don't have a jet to just dash in there with knives and knock the Viper out.
Oh, Meteor. They continue on this chase.
They back up.
Managed to successfully tuck out.
Stack's gonna read this push though from Kong.
That is the question for now. Slowly creeping forward. Kong, however, just a little bit more aware, a little bit faster. That's the spike now. Dropping the back alleys of Split. Izu able to find one. Simon gonna be taken down. Flash out. Kong desperately trying to play elusively, but Sylvan on the pinch is able to find the kill. A 3v3 now is nobody. Backing away, the rotation starting to come through. Chichu having to abandon the pit. One now scratching their heads. Shoulder might have been spotted. Wanted to go for the jiggle, but gunfire will confirm presence.
Salvo's in a snake bite here.
Push out of the smoke, they double face it. EDG able to find one, nobody gonna be taken down.
30 seconds left.
Really nice there. An attempted delay from Chichu, but there's not much he can do there.
Trying to slow it up, but now it's getting out of their hands here. Double wrap around down the ramp here in towards main. Everyone from T1 situated on the site. Bring out EDG. Spotted out, flashes up over the top. Chichu, however, able to find one. Sylvan gonna be taken down.
Remaining.
This is a 1v1. It seems like Smoggy knows exactly where EDG is TP2. Does he read that he's already pushed up into the site, taps the spike, swings out of the smoke, and they're missing each other somehow, some way. Smoggy's starting to get a read on it! Oh! He bounces in!
Oh!
Does he have the time? I don't think he does! That spike is erupting, and this map is continuing. 12-5, T1. 7 rounds in a row.
Oh boy. Still a massive hill to climb for T1, and this is such a cute little play there to set up that distraction. Use the salvos to clear meter out of sewers so Kong can push towards spawn, and then they're able to set up that crossfire at the sewer exit. T1 does a nice job. EDG has a good flash to bail them out. Quick reactions from Sylvan to wrap back through to go towards that drop spike from Stax. Stax's body. Find that kill. And look, one. So they've got a couple Guardians. Seen some impact plays from the Guardians from both sides. It's gonna be Kong with that Guardian himself. That's a scary proposition there for T1, but they're able to dodge the damage.
Trying to flush him back, but now the double push. Here into mid, triple rather, as Meteor's able to find one. Smoggy on the peak. Sheriff shot to the skull of Meteor, does shut him down, but Showstopper and a nice shot from Stax. Continue to open up the round. Kong now the last one standing. 1v4. Spike not brought forward. As Kong peeks into the site, it will be his last. 12-6.
It feels like T1 now starting to understand some of this push and pull that EDG is trying to create on the map. You called it out perfectly, man. They use these salvos to force them over to Ramen to try to push them into Kong's push out with the Guardian towards mid, and their reaction is to send a Dimensional Drift, get the information early, so they're way more prepared for this. Buzz can be ready with the Showstopper. They can be holding that angle around the corner. Things like this, T1 needs a lot more of, but it's a good thing that they're starting to finally feel themselves a little bit. You only had to use 2 ults there. You still have a few more. You still have the Nightfall, you still have a Viper's Pit for Meteor. Hasn't looked too comfortable on the Viper just yet, but you never know with Meteor. Can turn it out at any time. Paranoia, clearing back sight. Connected at least on Simon.
Fault line to try to slow things up. Buzz in ahead of that Nightfall. It's meant to find one, get traded back. Kong coming out, finding one, but quickly getting traded. Immediately brought back to parity. 3v3 is Chichu up and over the top of the box. Interrupts the plant, puts Stax down to low HP numbers.
Spike planted.
Sylvan in this corner, needing to win out this critical fight. The salvos start to fly. Stax able to find one. Sylvan going to be taken down. Stax abandoned here at 18 HP. In a 1v2. Snappy with both of them! The 4K Red Bull clutch, T1! Where are they pulling out these hero moments from?
I can't believe it! I thought this is done! I thought this is map!
Face your fear!
Chichu again looked like he was just gonna knock him out of the park. Kong there with a great timing to slide down. He catches them with util in hand. There's no return fire. But still, they're able to finally find the trade. And then this looks like it's GG go next. Nope.
Let's go, boys!
Stax, huge one. Now you're getting Buzz into it. Now you're getting that hype. Now you're getting that energy. Still 5 to go before you even get to overtime. So let's see what T1 can do. Let's see how long they can keep this going.
Once again, kick them back here economically, but EDG have still had some very close scraps in these thrifty attempts. A Rolling Thunder also online. Stealth drone sent, nobody can check out towards me, but Chichu continues to be the final boss! By by 3, they come by 3, they fall. Chichu destroys them all.
He is absolutely just unbelievable. What a tremendous player. Now he's gonna throw the pit into mid. Meteor's gonna try his own pit, but Simon right there to punish if he oversteps. And there he goes.
The heroics have a limit. It is not an infinite stock. T1 do well to get themselves to 7.
Seeing so far this year, yes, they've had some shaky maps. Yes, they've had some shaky matches. And against the world champions, you can't afford that, and EDG will punish the hell out of you. You can see Autumn there just said that their game plan just wasn't up to snuff coming into that first half of Split. Felt like they were practicing it well. A little bit of damage done to Sylvan. Kong try to clear this angle.
Scaling forward, taking some space, clears out that close cubby. Izu tucked in, able to find the headshot onto the first, gets Kong as well, gets himself a third, turns back.
Spike down B.
Too many players now. Here, ready to drop out of hookah, catches a glimpse. Stacks arriving, will be able to go ahead, pick off one, gets himself involved early this time. And Izu with a 4K gets T1 their first pistol win.
Yeah, this is a really nice setup for T1. A little push and pull of their own. That EDG was doing so well against them. Izu just tucks right in underneath hookah. And as soon as the execute comes through, he's pushing forward. And then Stax gets there to rotate in time to help him set up that crossfire to keep those hookah players from doing any more damage. A monumental pistol round win for T1. They needed that so bad. Things have gone so awry for them in both pistols on Split. Able to send it to 1-2 in the scoreline. Buzz with that outlaw.
The glimpse turns from the flash, and Kong swoops in. Sheriff in hand, just takes his head off. Sylvan now trying to hold the line here. They flash forward, and somehow he gets a stray. Smoggy taken down. Sylvan, you might want to buy a lottery ticket after this one, son. What a shot. Kong however, is still online, able to find one more. Sylvan does get dropped. Bulldog recovered, now into the hands of Stax. TP across, both players trying to push their way out of showers.
Gotta be wary of that outlaw.
Out here into the open, Chichu will be able to find the one. Meteor.
You can't see my face right now.
Go ahead, scoop up the gun.
I'm smiling.
Keeps them afloat, but still not a bad eco attempt from EDG.
That's such a nice little play there at the end of that. I know EDG doesn't win that round, but they kind of do in a way because they knock 3 guns out of T1's hands. They only are able to keep 2. But they do recover that outlaw, it looks like, but the way they use that fragment to clear behind the box, and then Simon steps out to set up at least 1 kill. That's such a nice little coordinated play from EDG, and those are the things that makes them better. Those are the things that propel them to so many wins across so many different levels of competitive Valorant. Izu trying to play a little bit more aggressive at this position. Sees in hand.
Catches a glimpse there, Kong. Once again, pushing forward, shoving them back. T2 trying to go on a bit of a linger here, Meteor. Sight's gonna be turned away from hookah. Pushed over towards main. Orb gets scooped up here. Kong just trying to get that showstopper online. Re-swing in from Meteor. Gets knocked out of the park.
And this might open the door for EDG to try to make this B hit go. They were rotating back, thinking about pulling off. T1, assuming that that's the case, is going to try to press.
In the peak. The reface, Chichu.
Rip and tear.
Able to avoid the damage here. Hit one tucked into the side, but they know they have to try and take this fight. Tries to split the difference here, tries to go for the transfer, cannot find that kill. Izu, saying tucked back, won't fall. There's Buzz now. Has to do it all. Swing in, and once again, can't get the shot out.
EDG anticipating that T1 would get aggressive there. Off of what ended up being a fake fallback. This turned into a bit of a pause from EDG, and they're able to profit. Now it's rifle v rifle. Big round for T1. Economy's gonna be low if they lose this one.
0 point pinging onto 2. Just outside by that B teleporter. Stax now rotating back around. Showstopper looks to open things up. Kong sprinting forward. Showstopper gets sent, plants his feet, draws down, and picks out Buzz. Just assassinated in broad daylight.
just outrageous.
Max desperately trying to get some kind of angle, some line of sight, but as soon as he swings out, Chichu is there. Now into the 3v5, T1. Likely gonna have to call for a save for the 2 remaining players. Chichu stays alive with 3 HP. Looks for the last. Won't be able to quite find it. Izu doesn't manage to come away with that, but there's just far too many players remaining, far too many angles to try to clear, and Simon will not give him any opportunity whatsoever. We are tied up at 2-2. EDG starting to rally back.
T1 intentionally gives up the space for Kong Kong to make that entry. They're just saying, okay, you put up the wall, you know, you're gonna go past it, that's fine. He saw a player up into heaven, and that's just meant to be one of those push and pulls. Kong Kong just wins it. He's just better. And then Chichu just starts knocking players down. 3 HP, expects the repeat. So ready for Meteor, hits the headshot before Meteor can even fire a damn bullet.
Leave it to me.
They're just so good, man. And now you're on
Smiles there on Kong Kong's face.
Yeah. Chomping away on the gum and smiling.
Once again, it's just right back to trying to get that next showstopper online. 3 charges towards it. Steel Garden available, but obviously given the weaponry here, wouldn't do too much for Chichu.
Yeah, you gotta be curious now. Try to push some of these longer angles. You have the weaponry advantage. It's the Bucky up in hookah. Izu not interested in trying to play close contact there.
Positions.
Oh, what a
Shells
nade.
right here onto Sylvan. He's gonna run out. Does still manage to take down Kong Kong. At decent range. Molly now to try to slow things down, slow this approach into hookah. So at the same time, just trying to save them off here at the Garden. As that Nightfall goes across, connects onto damn near everyone.
Be a risky TP, but certainly available for EDG here.
Looks like with about 40 seconds remaining,
Buzz.
they're gonna try to play this out a little bit more patiently, but as you say, Buzz is on a flank, but it's just the classic in hand. Swings out, and everyone's right there,
30
ready,
seconds
waiting for him. He gets cut off guard, and now the pivot play comes through. Teleport taken. As there's a late lurk
Thorns activated.
from Chichu, still sticking around over on that B side of the map. Finds a kill. Sylvan gonna be eliminated, but Meteor. One with the Sheriff, rifles in hand. Gets himself a third.
10 seconds left.
And Chichu now just does not have the time. It's a question of does he take someone with him? He does. Meteor will fall, but T1
Thrifty.
will be victorious in the round. A MasterCard Thrifty to reestablish a lead.
When you need someone to come online for T1, Meteor, the lone player on T1 to lift a global trophy, is going to be the one to bring you over the line. I can't believe Sylvan gets away with that. That was such a nice paint shell. It lands right on top of the box.
Told you, buy a lottery ticket.
He is, look, sometimes better lucky than good. Sylvan's had a few of those, but he's still, that ace was nasty. Got to give him that. That's a nice round. That might be the impetus here for T1. Start doing some more damage. They're going to invest in the operator for Buzz. A couple big ultimates available. Steel Garden, Orbital Strike, Null Command. So this is one of those rounds we'd like to use some of those ults, really secure this win. Keep those cycles good. Playing up close and personal. Sylvan, this is really readable. I've seen T1 get punished in that position, but it's good cover fire to back Kong Kong off.
Keeps him safe for the moment. Stealth drone gonna be able to spot out one. Buzz forced away. Off shot going wide. Backs off the truck. Met with a flash. For now is gonna be safe.
This is bot.
Call coming through, and Kong Kong nails the headshot. Absolutely devastating. Sylvan here to try to hold the line. The Molly, the Orbital, all available to him. Sends it close here on the site, trying to keep himself protected. Up and over the top goes nobody, and now he will get taken down. Sylvan through that. Just managed to get a little bit of damage dealt, but cannot find further eliminations. 3v3, the push out, Meteor trying to find a timing, but cannot get the transfer. Gets the first. 0 point. Tells them what they want to know. A player over towards Garden, stacks. On the floor, Buzz needing to hit it. Doesn't find it. Swaps the weaponry. Opting to try to go for this res. Orbital strike now. Showing that he has to abandon his teammate on the floor. 25 health remaining. He knows the corner. He knows where he's at, but he needs to find the kill, and he cannot. Smoggy with 31 HP. Pulls off a Red Bull clutch to keep us tied up.
This is a brutal round for T1. Buzz whiffing some of those op shots, uncharacteristic for him. Usually pretty clean. This opening kill from Kong Kong, absolutely ridiculous. Everybody had moved to the other side of the map for T1. I just don't think Izu was quite mentally prepared. Got caught jiggle peeking. But even still, they made so much noise on the other side of the map. All of T1 was over there. So the rotations getting back over to try to deny the B site plant were late. And even though it turned scrappy, they're able to find some kills. EDG able to get into that post plant with that big ultimate. And for T1, you invested 2 of your own and you weren't able to come through with the win. That is devastating. Now you're back onto an eco buy. Still have the Steel Garden, but EDG is just too strong.
Thorns fading, smoke going to be cycled back through there from Sylvan. Meteor once again. Here on this B side, pushes forward, and my God, the flick! Picks off Kong Kong, but Sylvan going to be taken out at the same time. Nobody, that late linger. He strikes, he finds the catch. Buzz might do similarly here. Pushes forward, out of the smoke! And Mo's down 2 with a Bucky. T1 looking to get themselves another thrifty win. Smoggy dancing around the shots, stays alive, showstopper. From Buzz will find the kill. Smoggy at 40 HP.
30 seconds.
And he get the clutch. Looks back behind the wall, the haunt not getting the reveal. Izu repositioning, and Buzz out into the open finds it. Another MasterCard thrifty. Another narrow lead for T1.
A nice redemption round here for Buzz. A little bit shaky with the operator. This go with the Bucky, finding 2 big kills, able to upgrade, get the showstopper available. That is a flick and a half from Meteor. Goodness. Nice little trick play here from nobody. Catches Sylvan completely off guard. But this is Buzz's round.
Nice!
Yeah, very, very good. Still have Steel Garden. Both teams actually have Steel Gardens available. A lot of util being dumped. Kong Kong's gonna go in.
He's just sending it here, chasing the salvos. Steel Garden looking to take their weapons away. Buzz able to go ahead, tuck back with the blast packs, keeps himself safe, keeps that weapon in hand.
Need to see a little bit more to keep them from planting, but it doesn't seem like T1 in a position to do so just yet.
The interrupt is there. Ooh, Molly through. Back to sending the pop flash forward in towards Showers. Wants to take this fight, but it's Chichu on the opposite side. Potentially a gun available here for him as Buzz also similarly will get taken down. Chichu is just an absolute menace! As EDG do to T1 what T1 just did to them. Their own thrifty teed up. As Izu on the peak. Makes eye contact with Chichu and wisely backs away.
You just can't give them these 1v1s. You just cannot. They're too good. And it's just Chichu, man. What else do you say? He is, right now, the best player in this lobby. It feels like him and Kong Kong for sure. Absolutely just frying. You could hit shots like that. I mean, that's the second time we've seen him be able to use the arc rose to find a free kill. Because the player has to turn the flash and they have no backup. We saw it with Buzz earlier when he was in Showers. Now you're seeing it here again. A little bit deeper in the position, but still. It's brutal. You just can't give them those moments. And the coordination just seems to be lacking for T1. They don't seem like they're able to back each other up. They're not on the same page. There's so much confidence to push those angles one by one. And Chichu's just punishing it. Goodness, that's
What is happening with just the sheriffs in Showers? Something's different in the water here today. But another MasterCard thrifty. Not be a Viper, but it's looking clean on that Vice.
You just feel like he's good for it. Every time. He's just in the zone. You're one away from the Armageddon there. For nobody. One away from a showstopper for Kong Kong. So T1 Gets a little bit ahead of the long B.
Oh,
but
my
they read
goodness.
it off the back of that smoke. They know that T1 wants to deny the orb, and they punish it.
Blind check. Hung just faces forward out from hookah. Meteor taking down. Salvos now flying through. Just getting flashed there for a brief little moment. Izu on the peak, able to put it down low on HP, but cannot find that kill. Buzz finding a strafe across through the hall, but he ends up meeting a similar fate. And in the blink of an eye, it's just Stacks left remaining, still rotating. As EDG look to get this lead from themselves. Potentially flawless fashion. They know exactly where he's at. They have it triple stacked here through the smoke, and there's no hope in hell. Flawless is confirmed as EDG gain the lead 5-4.
Oh, no more thrifties. Very clean from EDG here. Just dissecting T1 piece by piece. There's always just one player. EDG, those long-range rifles, able to win out those trades towards the hall. Easy peasy. T1, though, has to go up against some fearsome ults in this one. No command, Armageddon, showstopper.
Right here.
Just a steel guard into their own to try to deny.
Flashbang.
They're going to make an aggressive play towards Showers, but both devices not really getting aggro on that. More of a little bit of peacocking there from T1.
Stand your ground.
Man sent out here from Simon. Buzz looking for a timing, drops down, gets the transfer on the two. Smoggy, Kong able to answer some back. But now it's just Chichu on his lonesome. It's been damn near good for these all day long. Can he deliver in this moment? Where's the call just to save? Simon will bleed out. He's going to at least look to reroute the Prowler, expiring before it gets the tag. And it looks like even Chichu will have to back down from this one.
Flashing.
Yeah, play for another kill here or there. You know the economic situation T1 is in is dire. So you can find a way to use this 40 seconds, scoop up another kill or two, or who knows with Chichu, all three. Definitely would be a backbreaker for T1 because T1 really needs to keep all of these guns into the next round.
30 seconds left.
Slowly creeping closer and closer. For his moment to strike a spot out there onto one. Looks like Izu may be catching a glimpse. 15 seconds. Be an absolute miracle if he could pull it off. Looks like it will just be a drop down and attempt to get into the teleporter. Sylvan will go ahead and collect. Now 2 away from that orbital strike. T1, keep it neck and neck.
If T1 can get the reads, we saw this in the pistol round where they kind of hide in some smokes, wait out the execute, and then they all just spring into action together. They body EDG out of these rounds. But they need to have those right reads. I mean, Buzz is still laughing. He's still having a good time. And it's...
Given the space that they've been able to attain,
Look at this.
should be able to see that still guard.
Kong's got the op. He's going to try to lock down Showers. Meteors. Been not... He's had some troubles there, we'll say that. He's had a couple wins, but a couple losses. A guy who you really need to rely on for that flank control. Just sets up the wall and dips. They're kind of anticipating that this could be a B hit.
Rotation's beginning. Stacks already joining in on this side of the map. Rotation considered there from Meteor as well, but will linger back. They're in that A heaven position. Orb grab for Smoggy means Orbital is online.
And that's going to force them to kind of spread out a bit on that B site. In fact, Sylvan's going on a lurk, and it's nobody here again.
Reads it
Down.
perfectly. Not falling into the same trap twice. Sylvan gets the pinch. EG, however, still looking like they want to try to carry on forward in towards this B site. Without that Tejo utility, it's much more likely that they might have to commit the orbital just to get themselves forward. Chichu, not this time. Not going to be able to win it out. Sylvan is keeping this locked down.
Launching smoke.
30 seconds left.
It's a huge win for Sylvan. It's making this B site unassailable for EDG. Even using that Molly to delay even further. Really, really nice control.
It looks looks like it's just going to be the clock waited out here from EDG.
10 seconds left.
In these last few seconds, just got to try to storm their way in. Simon will be able to find one, but it's a couple seconds too late. The round will end up going the way of T1 here. So they just wait them out, and Sylvan just picks them apart.
You know, I thought this game was going to be a lot more scrappy, a lot more explosive, Achilleos.
Yeah.
It mostly has
been some bizarre patience in these last couple rounds here.
This isn't my Asian Valorant.
Looks like we're just going to continue. All things considered, I don't know if T1 actually confirmed the operator there from Hong Kong. Might have had a strong suspicion, but I don't think he ever rang out a shot, so.
Maybe one towards Hookah, but I'm not sure. Memory
Placing wall track.
not serving me well in this moment, but a couple ults on both sides. Orbital strike, still Garden, still for Meteor. My man, use that ult. It's pretty good.
Given the ults available, it tells me this final round of the half likely to start getting chaotic, to start getting scrappy.
Izu's.
Slow creep up Izu. Yep, here on the corner, and Hong Kong takes one right between the eyes. What a shot. Simon going with a peek, but inevitably will swap back over to that Vandal.
Fully smoked.
Smoke's gonna be sent. Sylvan waiting to greet them here. Opens up the red carpet, pushes out of the smoke, but the shot that is not gonna be aligned. Izu able to find one. Backpedals to find a third. Tap of the plant, interrupted. Seal Garden now gonna be sent. Looking like a TP play here for the side of EDG. Here, both the rotations can now begin. Buzz gonna be lingering in case it's a double fake back, but the thorns get popped, and Simon has to slowly step over them, losing more and more of that HP bar. Meteor out from heaven, able to find a timing.
Spike down A.
Chichu now once again asked to do it all. To try to get a 1v3 victory here.
Here comes Buzz.
To get EDG tied up, but like you say, Buzz coming in around the back. Chichu gives it a thought for a brief little moment, but once again, the time is just not on their side. Buzz arrives, strikes, and T1 close out the half 7-5.
What a nice round with the Vice util from Meteor to make this completely impossible for EDG. But guys, the second half of Bind is just around the corner, and we've got a map for you. So much stall that EDG can bring out. Have to be really decisive as T1. And they started to get there. They started to really pick up the pace. They started to really work together a lot better as that half went on. But you're gonna need a lot more of that.
Not ready yet.
Shutting them down.
They're just trying to slowly suss out these positions.
Well, 0 points, about to land right on top of them. Clear not gonna happen in time. And that tells all. Chichu swinging out. Back box is able to find one. Smoggy holds down Showers. Now trading Meteor. Keeping EDG in with an advantage. Izu trying to stick for this. Goes down to 34 HP. Does manage to get the spike planted. Swing out from Buzz. Wins the fight. A 3v3 is Hong Kong. Looks to try to open things up. The timing narrowly missed. Buzz not identifying it quite just yet, but still gets the dink. The spray down. Finds that elimination. Another paint shell now going to be built up. Buzz just saying tucks here into the corner.
Grenade is live.
The stun coming through. They want to flush him out. But Buzz, snappy to find them both.
Who's got the snaps?
The ghosted hand gets the 4K. Gets T1 their second pistol of the map.
Oh my, Buzz! That is not fair. That's so well drawn up here by EDG to send both players through U-Haul again to try to re-clear that space. And they use the 0 point back towards the spawn area. And then they use the salvos in the cubby to flush him out, and the concuss as well. And it hits, and it still doesn't matter. Buzz just outplays them. I mean, that's, look, it happens.
See a smile there from Muggle. Yeah, what more can you do? Now over halfway towards having that showstopper online. Meteor will apply some pressure and find an opening here towards Hookah. And he will be able to do so. Smoggy going to be taken down. Hong Kong, however, on a deep flank. Through able to find one, nobody getting another. Buzz still alive. playing here on elevation. See if he can spot anything out, but already this round, fairly rough for T1. 3v3, no weapons surrendered over quite just yet. They need to try to play this out as cleanly as they can. Sylvan will identify and shut down the flank.
One enemy remaining.
Buzz finds nobody, and Chichu, previously noted here in hookah, goes ahead and reconfirms his position. The paint shells to shove him back even further. Just end up having to play for some exits here, see if he can tap them down at range. Buzz wanting to get that last charge, wanting to go into the bonus with that showstopper online, and he will. 9 to 5. Another day at the office here for T1 as they close out the anti-eco.
That's a cool idea from EDG, the teleporter crunch play. And Kong is already in market, hello. And it, gets him a couple big kills. Not able to do any further damage. Sylvan here, that is such an important battle that he wins that. If he doesn't, it could be a very, very different round.
Nice.
That's a big angle to control, and he does it nicely. Okay.
Oh yeah, sorry. It's been a little while.
Yeah, sorry guys, yeah. I'm out of practice. But you're coming into this, a couple Bulldogs, a Guardian. Or the side of T1, other than your 2 rifles.
Bring them down.
A little bit of clearing with Util. So there's a couple guns over here.
Look at this quad stack though, EDG. Nobody this time, not gonna be allowing for Meteor to gain access.
And Sylvan's not there to trade. Not that he might have been able to, but he's a little bit late. So that's a free pick. Stacks Buzz. Gonna try to clear out nobody.
Nobody's inching closer and closer. It's a decent amount of damage, down to 60 HP. That pinch out from hookah, however, still not coming through. They don't know that it's just open.
But he's got so much stall. He's able to buy time for these rotations. Izu on a really late lurk in showers, and they're going to use that to TP.
He's just going to be the entry. Yeah, the TP comes over their way. Showstopper. Just check out the rest of the site. Bonks his head on the entry, the blast packs, but Buzz swinging the corner. Does get the rocket through. A 1-to-1 trade on that front, but player advantage here for the side of EDG. Rotation still needing to come through from nobody, making his way across from that B site. 0 point confirms no one forward there in showers. Dax confirms no one forward, trying to push up here in towards Lambs, but as he swings out, getting flushed into the open, he's able to find one. Izu striking, finds nobody. Now, the 2v2, the time starting to take away the molly. Sent to further delay. Sylvan just stuck here around the corner, playing quietly, putting Simon down at 13 HP, finding the kill. Smoggy can only find the one. He cannot get this round win. T1 will convert their bonus to get to double digits.
Oh, I'm loving the depth of the playbook here for T1. After all that early attention they created at showers, Izu with tremendous patience to just wait there. And things don't go so good on the other side of the map, so he says, guys, it's open, take the TP, let's go. And they're able to get into these post plants, lock down U-All with 2 different players. Sylvan with the deep lurk. He was checking market really early to make sure there wasn't an early flank from EDG, had that molly in hand for the post plant. That is a really well thought out and set up round for T1. And they're 5 rounds up on EDG on Bind.
EDG now gonna have to start digging deep themselves, try to find that drive that they had in the first map at the beginning of this one when they were just going blow for blow against T1.
You can see some of that wind has gone out of the sails.
Made in towards the cubby. Kong not gonna be cleared out. Finds the first, the wall, staves off the rest of the push, and that's gonna be a weapon hand delivered here into Kong's hands. The Meteor quickly removes it. Wrenches it from his grasp. Flash up for it out of the smoke. Izu able to find one. Smoggy, just the singular kill with the carried over weapon. And Simon just gonna likely see if he can try to do some damage. 2 charges away from having that ult online. Kill to death would give it to him. Round victory right now at this point just doesn't seem likely. Stacks able to go ahead, avoid all the util, strafes out to safety. Meteor with 3 helps get T1 up to 11.
And that's 7 in a row now for T1. They are starting to streak. They are starting to do to EDG what EDG did to them at the beginning of this. It's a rough entry for Buzz. The wall cuts off the rest of his team. They're quick to come out. They're quick to burst. The flood is nice. They just work together, knock players down. This is what T1 needs in rounds like this. Get scrappy as long as you're together. You can get it to go your way. And that's going to be Guardian instead of a full rifle for Smoggy. Is that Steel Garden available as well? It's just about dodging that op as T1, and you might not expect it here, given the economic situation that EDG was in. So it could catch him off guard, but nobody is going to be pressuring Long B. Instead, Buzz, Sylvan, good flash. It's going to shut down nobody. And there's Kong Kong though, gets his pick.
Finds one.
Bring them down.
Sylvan dead. Chichu forced away here from Showers. T1 continuing to try to push up, and eventually they will just be able to overwhelm him. Site now broken open, and Smoggy just drifting across the paint shells. Just does not have the timing to try to put that weapon to use. He falls to the wayside. The showstopper popped here from Kong Kong, sees one, sends it. Meteor gonna be taken down. It's the operator back in the hand. Paint shells to further delay. Stacks the back off. Izu steadying. Recovers from the flash, finds the kill, says, yep, you guys go on. Get the plant through. I'm gonna try to handle this fight myself. Stuck into a corner. Kong Kong pushing for it. Snappy with a right click, does manage to find it. But at the end of the day, you just gotta try to save this weapon. That spike will erupt. T1 will get themselves up to map point.
A chaotic round. Everything going on over at B, and all of a sudden T1 is just exploding through towards A. A smoke comes down in front of Showers, and Meteor's able to find the kill. Buzz.
On the lurk, and he finds it. Nothing recovered. Nothing kept safe. T1 won every advantage they could possibly get going into this 18th round of play.
Again, it's a nice setup on the B side. The A side just gets absolutely smothered, and Izu somehow wins that battle against Simon. That was crucial. Give them the opportunity to go for the rotate. Yeah, Simon knows he dropped the ball a bit there. It's going to be 2 Guardians, a rifle, a Bulldog, a Judge. Kong Kong going to be the one with the Vandal. A lot of work to do. T1 though, showing a little bit of presence over towards B. There's a lot of players stacked here. Pretty sure the Judge is over here in Hookah as well, so gotta root this out, gotta be slow, gotta be methodical as T1.
With the blast pack up in towards the side, but Chichu out on a flank angle, able to find one, finds 2. As he peeks back in towards Hookah, now that Judge rings out. It's a rude awakening for T1. Well, Command still pulsing for a brief little moment there, but now expiring. 2v3 noise made. The Armageddon online could just be called in. Sylvan on the peak, able to find one. Nobody playing this patiently. Sylvan trying to take some space, knows that if he can get rid of the flanker, he's gonna be in a good spot, and now Simon's just being overwhelmed and picked apart. Sylvan held back here for the moment by the salvos. Kong Kong out of Hookah, able to find one. They roll out the red carpet, but it's not needed. Kong Kong will take him down. It's EDG holding on by a thread.
That's just a great opening win for Chichu with that Guardian. Really makes it a lot more difficult for T1 to get through cleanly. There's a bunch of trades over here in Hookah. Good, I think it was a flash from Simon.
Enemy remaining.
Some piece of util gave him a couple assists in that fight. Izu looked like he was blinded up a little bit. Regardless, now EDG is coming into an alt cycle of their own. Orbital Strike, no command, Steel Garden. You have the Nightfall and the Orbital Strike for the side of T1. So EDG here trying to extend this map a little bit more. See if they can kind of do to T1 what T1 did to them on Split.
Yep.
Run some rounds through, maybe wear him down just a little bit. Just a spot on Izu over into the showers. They're going to try to double swing him.
Backs away, mostly unscathed. Minor amounts of damage taken. Very fortunate to get out with his life.
That's smart by Izu. I mean, it's almost always at least 2 from EDG that you're going to be squaring up against unless it's Chichu. They're so good at coordinating.
Speaking of Chichu, once again, going to be put on a pedestal, going to be asked to deliver some heroics. The lone anchor on this site. Rotation starting to come through, it seems, from nobody. No, just doesn't stick around. Ninja teleporter play here from them. Still guarded at the ready. Chichu, quite a bit of damage there, nearly gets cooked, but just keep himself alive for the moment.
Oh, the TP.
Nightfall around the back. Kong gonna be deafened here as Meteor repositions. The Noel command coming in. The push forward. Sprays through despite the flash. Is still able to find one. Simon gonna be put down. Izu now having to backpedal. So very low, but still finding 2 kills. Smoggy now with everything to do. His last teammate far too distant. 13-6, T1. The silliness that has happened in the run-up here to Masters Bangkok, but here we are, map 3, Pearl, 3-0 so far for T1 this year. They have not dropped it, but EDG have also looked incredible here.
Yeah, absolutely. And if T1 could find a pistol win, it'd be huge. EDG has been so good. They were 10-2 on pistols coming into that bind, and then they lost 2 in a row. Quick rotations. T1 trying to delay a little bit.
A little narrow angle there from Izu. Couple taps in. Kong gonna be taken down as Buzz peeks out from lower, is able to find him. First kill to try to start the retake here. Shock dart, not quite gonna find contact there. Blue bolt sent in towards the hall. Nearly gets the line up there, but Buzz is able to just strike a little bit faster. 2-player advantage now here for the side of T1 as they look to get themselves yet another pistol to spam, however, into the smoke. Meteor going to be taken down. They're looking for the body block here. Grab locking them in position, and Sylvan going down the rest of the views, just being held. Another pistol win. It's T1 start off Pearl 1-0.
What a stellar grab well from Sylvan. That was the round winner there for T1. Nice opening pick here. No way, Buzz. This is a great relay bolt as well to clear out that hall angle. Something he's so good at on this map. Simon there just spamming through the smoke. Knows that T1's going to try to stick it down. They're able to body block to help out to make sure that they can get that defuse to go through. And now you're getting T1 pumped up. Have to be feeling good. Have to be feeling confident. A judge for Buzz. A couple Bulldogs and a Spectre. Stack's just sticking with a Ghost. 4-1 split here for EDG. Clear of the Nano.
Spectre, Meteor, yep, not gonna want to peek into this one. Suss this out that it's gonna be the lion's share of the players from EDG. Pushing through Art. Space gonna be given up. Plant can come through. EDG want to scale forward, they want to take some space. Sylvan, however, able to find himself a 3rd kill. Push up, barrel stuff there by Simon. With the right click as Buzz just sliding across. Styles on him a bit. The judge strikes, finds the kill, and T1, 2 players down, still able to close out the anti-eco.
I love the way that T1 is playing this right now. One of the strengths of this comp, you know, the desk was talking about it, the way the duos can play off each other. Another thing you can do here is play flood retakes really nicely because you have so much ability to keep your opponents off balance. You have the Neon, you have the Yoru to get past some of their defensive lines. Things like that can cause a lot of problems, but Sylvan again holding his ground, being that side anchor that T1 needs. That is stylish from Buzz. Love to see it on that Neon. Now you go into the bonus. Pivotal round for EDG. They love to stack up on this attacker side. They love to just try to go at you. Just go for these big executes. They were doing it all the time against G2 until G2 could prove that they could stop it. Here with a gun advantage. EDG clear the turret. They're gonna keep pressing forward. Thought maybe they might pause a bit. Nope, full throttle.
Nano 7, Meteor is ready for this. Does get taken down, however, it's nobody. Swinging the corner, finding one. Buzz similarly falling. Their advantage right back here into their hands. EDG not wanting to allow for another bonus conversion. saw T1 achieve there on that bind. Nightfall very quickly online here for Simon. Is that here for the post play? We'll see if it comes into play. Push forward Smoggy, holding down Halls, finds the first Izu. Picked off, the Nightfall will go through. But so too will these kills. Just a singular casualty here as EDG get themselves on the board in round 3.
Yeah, this time T1 tries to deny the EDG push with just 2 players. And it got shut down relatively quickly. Meteor there, able to catch the 1 player. He goes deep towards the hall. Then the reveal from the haunt spots him out. Yeah, okay, Buzz did it to him earlier. Fair play there. Just spam him through the smoke, whatever. Nice! That Nightfall did get invested. And that means that T1 is going to have that Cosmic Divide available potentially for a retake. And they won't have to necessarily worry about that Nightfall. It's a potential counter to that. It's going to be the op for Izu. He's over on the B side behind the screens. Sylvan on a bit of an island.
Spotting out plenty. Snack's not too far away. Starts swinging back around his Meteor. Gets himself planted over towards Art. Just gonna be a cut of the noise here. As EDG just start shifting their way across towards this B site. That op still laying in wait.
Got a read on a couple of the players. 2 pings came out. T1 is fully committed to this A defense, but it isn't going to quite be the angle. TP out for Izu. It's going to be a 1 and done here. Looks like the smoke is going to go up, though. Let's see if they anticipate. Might jump up on top of that box. Nope, he's going to try the other angle.
Oh, but just out in the open is Smoggy. Thinking that they had this angle completely cleared. Goes for the repeat, cannot find the shot. He's get tagged up to 31, but ultimately gets himself out towards safety. Cosmic Divide now going to be called in. Buzz able to find one as nobody's going to be taken down over at Halls. Kong, however, starting to come online, finds 2, but he's sat down by Stacks, who similarly gets dropped here by Chichu. The plant now able to be stuck. You're here around the corner. Simon taking that first fight, but Sylvan able to find the first.
Not ready yet.
Now into the 1v1. You're knowing exactly where he's at, but needs to try to find the timing. The swing, as we play ring around the Rosie. Identifying each other, spotting it out in the fight. Backed away. Meteor needing to get himself over towards the spike. Taps in and Chichu is instantaneous with the headshot. EDG tie it 2-2.
Just beautiful stuff here from Chichu. Working those angles around the hall so nicely. Izu there, able to take down the smokes, but couldn't find the second shot. Took a little bit of damage on the way out. Kong, quick to find those 2 entry frags. Sylvan trying to hold the line, can't do much. And then it's the Chichu show. He's been incredible in Kong.
Cannot believe it. It's a hell of a round. Economy now from T1, broken up. Dimensional drift available here from Kong as Sylvan down to 4 HP.
T1 this time gambling that EDG is not going to make any more rotations. They're going to lose out in the first kill.
Snacks eliminated. Smoke's obfuscating here. As Sylvan does get a nice headshot. Overdrive going to be committed here by Buzz. Finds 1, but he's quickly shut down. Not quite the value they were going to be looking for, but Meteor on the lurk. Backstabs. Recovers a weapon. And this time, he wins out on the fight. As T1 are looking for another thrifty. Kong, however, other ideas. The plant being stuck in the swing, not coming through. A quick exit back into main. Vandal grabbed Izu, drifting across, and he hits one hell of a headshot. The last man standing gets the defuse, and T1 get another MasterCard thrifty to regain the lead.
Well, this is gonna leave EDG fans shaking their heads. They've seen this too many times. EDG gives up these thrifties. MasterCard loves it. EDG fans not so much, but you're able to get some good value here. You get some good trades for the side of T1, and then Meteor's able to slip through these smokes right towards Art, find a couple big kills and break things open, and what a snappy shot from Izu at the end to best Kong, who has been looking really sharp this map so far. Operator again for Izu. going to be a weaker buy for EDG. Are we going to trade Thrifties again like we did on Vine? And this is a fast hit towards B.
Very well could happen. Dimensional drift escorts them forward. Spot out on the 2. Fake out, goes through, swing onto the corner, but Sylvan just able to find that elimination, finds himself a second off screen. Simon does get taken down, but nobody now. Starting to go crazy as he finds himself 3. Sylvan will finally be shut down. Zizou just now makes his way over towards the site, the spike for the moment. There at Halls. Went in behind the box. It's the tap of it. So he's just gonna wait this out. Knows that he still does have time on his side. Wants to try to recover the weapon here. Nobody drifting down just below him. Sends out a shot, not gonna connect. Drops down with that backstab. Gets closer and closer as nobody is about to arrive, about to strike. And strike he does. We're just gonna keep swinging back and forth, it seems. As we have tied at 3-3.
It's just incredible how good these teams are with weaker weapons. And this time T1 has to give up a lot of space. They were playing really far back on B. And that allows some of these close range weapons to do some serious damage for EDG. That Spectre, ridiculous from nobody. Goodness.
Huge round and now.
Just use that gun, man.
Yeah.
That was clean.
Has the Armageddon online. We'd like to not use it in this round, as we once again have T1 knocked back economically, but that hasn't meant too much here. Once again, Buzz, a Bucky in hand. Solo on this B site, and right now EDG very clustered up in this position.
But EDG is just toying with them. They show a little bit of presence over at A. It forces a ton of rotations from T1, and EDG has learned from their mistakes, from their previous anti-eco. They're like, well, just don't go at them because they're just going to rotate really quickly and try to stop us.
Trying to sprint into position. Still some time to play with here. She taking their time. A huge late linger here from Simon, just holding back, trying to see any forward presence pushing out of Ace. Spotted absolutely nothing.
Go ahead. Stand your ground.
Armageddon going to be sent here, and yet Izu pushes up into the smoke. As it dissipates, he will get cut down. Chichu able to find one. The cause can find out, going to be in play. Makai just pushed them back, but he finds Meteor. A flash out, the jump peak, the Bucky finds him. Up and over the top, Buzz! How has he gotten 2?
Seconds left.
Will finally be brought down. Recon not pinging out anything. Sheriff scooped up, 20 seconds remaining. The Haunt cleared, the smoke dissipating. Sylvan still finds that shot. What a disgusting one. But EDG still persevere in the round.
This is so back and forth. EDG really taking their time on this, but it took a little bit too long. That allowed T1 to get into position to contest this plant. Oh, he just saw a little bit of that. And Izu there because of that Armageddon. How much he can do. This is beautiful stuff from Buzz. Using that neon mobility very nicely, but gets a little bit antsy there. Expects that they're going to try to replant quicker than they did.
Time to jump.
A scrappy trade at the end, but EDG, a little bit better guns, able to get through that one in the long run. Back into the op. Izu.
Catch Kong util in hand. Trying to go for a setup. Now, tip of the spear, cut off. EDG thinking twice about this approach through art.
This is tough now. Lost that entry. So now you kind of have to just methodically clear your way through. The good news is you've opened up a lot of space here towards B-Link. See if they anticipate Simon's position. Oh, Simon, great to react.
Read. But does he expect another player? He's got the spike in hand. Chichu sort of watching here for this. Simon drifting back, and Sylvan hits the transfer! And guns down all 3!
On cooldown.
Oh. Nobody. So clean there.
All missiles away.
Try to
Ammunition.
use some of his util to get this spike. Get spammed down as he goes through the smokes. Such a difficult position to get through. Have to have one of the nastiest outplays we've seen so far.
The Nebula will fade. Izu inching closer and closer here. The swing out, and Sylvan will finish what he started, a 4K to tie it at 4-4. What a round.
I love this little change up here from T1. A lot of times when it's Meteor out there like that in mid, he's on his own. And this time, they double up. Sylvan goes with Meteor, and it completely fools EDG. They are not anticipating that there's going to be another player going through that mid aggression, because so often it's just Meteor lurking on his own. That's a great little change-up, a great on-the-fly adaptation from T1. And the fans back in Seoul. What? Gotta love what you're seeing from Sylvan for T1. 15-7 right now. This is the player that you and I have been waiting for. You know, we saw him so good on WGS back in the day. And he's kind of been a journeyman for the last few years, but maybe now he's found his home on T1, and he certainly is showing up when they need him most.
Said after they qualified, getting themselves into that grand final at kickoff, that he's going to do everything to get his position back to be able to play at this event. I think bold and stupid to say that he hasn't deserved it and he hasn't earned it. Lockdown on a timing here for Meteor to try to shove them back to Hunter's Fury as well. Opened up, just looking for a pick. Smoggy tagged up, taken down. As they have to try to flood forward.
Well divided.
No detain to be found here. Cosmic Divide now going to be invested.
It's the third one, by the way.
Yep. 3v2, the grab wall just pulling Kong in. Stopping him from trying to reinforce this position. The peak coming in, Sylvan. There again, but Chichu, how has he come away with two? Izu and Stacks both going to be taken down. This would be a monstrous round for EDG to try to get the win. The
Whoa!
And with the stinger in hand, it is another MasterCard Thrifty as Chichu continues to work miracles.
It's unbelievable. 2 of these rounds are just Chichu. 2 of the 5 that EDG has won. The guy is unstoppable.
How has he gotten these kills?
I don't know. Oh, no! No! Oh my God! He just knows. The crosshair placement, he doesn't need to see him. He just knows where to put it. That's unfair.
What an unbelievable round from Chichu. You could say that about so many just in this series alone. He is the X factor. So let's see if we can go back to back once more.
More thrifties, please.
Beltron gets the spot out. They'll know that the Bucky is in play. For the stun there on the corner. A little bit of a minor whiff there on the bounce. Sylvan peeking out. Just gonna be met with a flash. With the prowling out. Starts the chase. 30 HP remaining. Kong inching forward, finishes the job. Stacks Guardian shot, is able to find one. We are now out on the floor, but Stacks revealed, pinned out, taken down. Meteor strikes, is able to find one, scoops up a weapon. A bit more firepower now behind, but Simon does well to find the headshot. The Cosmic Divide now going to be called in. 2v2, the Dimensional Drift in play. Izu just spotting them both out. Sends out the fake, the overdrive popped. Smoggy spotted here in the corners. He just gets run down. The slide-in buzz cannot find it. Chichu at 5 HP this time. Cannot pull a rabbit out of his hat. 5-5. These teams are inseparable.
This is absolute chaos. This time it's EDG looking like they've got the round 1. And guess what? Another MasterCard Thrifty, because why not? A great reveal on the haunt there. Nice throw from Simon, a good follow-up kill. But the Guardian, so good. Stacks hits one, Buzz picks it up, gets the ult. Izu not messing around this time, not gonna give up another one. T1's coaches, Chungak and Autumn in there, fired up. And we go again. Certainly not again, right, Achilles?
We've had second Thrifty, yes.
Yes, but what about third?
What about third Thrifty? Easy on a peek.
Yeah.
Gets Kong, gets out. Repositions here behind the screen. This site. EDG are locked out of it.
That's a huge win. Finding those opening kills, something they have been really struggling to do in this match. Even though they won bind, like the desk was talking about, they were losing in the first kill department. So getting those openers, really, really important for T1, because once they were able to find those, they were able to close out the rounds 100%. Now they need to see if they can continue to do that. Alarm bot is going to get a little bit of info. Meteor on an island on A, though.
Target destroyed.
Waiting for the strafe out. Spike now confirmed.
down.
Meteor looking for a little bit more. He's able to find Smoggy right before Chichu pushes in from main. Mildly opened up. Stacks. Oh, shifting around, and Simon. It's one hell of a shot. Repositions trying to find that gun. Can't quite get no one. Does get the spot out, but Buzz able to go ahead and hold his ground. Slides across. Mows him down.
I'm out of here.
As T1 get themselves back into the lead. Last round to go.
A nice stand by Meteor. But it's Chichu again, who's just finding these phenomenal timing to step in and start finding value. Meteor doing what he can. Stack sends the dart to try to help. But Chichu was just one step ahead of that first ping. Was able to catch Meteor right in the ear. Fans here certainly being treated to a great map 3. One more round. Judge for Buzz.
Judge in hand, Izu not wanting to overstay his welcome. Jumps out, dimensional drift now. Hung just trying to scout.
Face your
Identifies two, they're still quite far away. Nightfall goes across over towards that art side. Nothing gonna be noted, nothing gonna be spotted here, but it's an attempt at
They have no idea.
a little bit of a fake here. The spike now starting to drift.
They're both second guessing each other.
Go ahead.
On a line, Armageddon.
Stand your ground.
Gonna be sent, just strafing forward. Stops in his tracks, finds one. Nobody now held back. Weapon scooped up. The pinch getting ready to come through. This Meteor out to the open.
Oh!
It's massacred as they swing in the corner. Stack's able to find two. Tucks back, 10 HP remaining. Tries to challenge for the fight, but ends up falling to the wayside.
I got this bike.
It all comes down to Sylvan. Nobody low. The tap, the first found. He overstays on the angle though, and Smoggy is able to collect 6 and 6. We are tied up at the half.
Switching sides.
This has just been such a treat to watch these two teams go back and forth. Oh man, cannot wait for this second half.
Just insanity the whole way throughout. The Thrifties, the neck and neck pace. The back and forth between these teams has been something to behold. It might not be the cleanest Valorant you've ever seen, but it is damn entertaining. As we go into the half, we have a special someone standing by. Can they tie us up in that regard as well? Gain the lead? Or will T1 be rewriting widely the entire story of their pistols and kickoff up until this point?
For sure. This is the side of the map where T1, this comp is really meant to do damage. They ran 5 in a row on the attack side against DRX to shut him out, and that's a great opener for Izu.
What a shot from Izu. Kong being put through the ringer. So far here on this map, started off hot, but just hasn't been given the space to really find that huge game taking over value, but Buzz sliding in towards dugout, able to find one. Smoggy gonna be taken down, swaps over for the Ghost. 2-player advantage to T1. Chichu, nobody. Get collected over towards the side of the map. Simon out into the open. Able to find that headshot, gets the kill, but he's taken down to 40 now, whittled away at 25 HP remaining. As the shock dart does connect. Sylvan on the straight. Damage here through the wall. The haunt gonna be cleared out. Simon trying to push forward. The salvo's now sent. Sylvan just trying to plant his feet, take the fight. Falls, but Meteor keeps them in with the advantage. Chichu here, gun down. Meteor will find the finisher. Another pistol to T1. 4-2 in that regard. And the lead here on Pearl once again in their hands.
Fantastic entry by Buzz to clear out dugout. Really nice stuff.
I'll find you.
Then they're able to just plant their feet, get set up in these post-plant positions. This is a banger from Izu.
Spike planted.
Buzz there setting himself up nicely with his own relay bolt. Clear that space. Meteor hitting some good shots, but this crossfires galore. Some of these T1 players are so good at executing these attack side hits. So brutal. EDG trying to get ahead of what T1's kind of default hit towards the B side is. They usually want to get right up to where the screen is, right in front of the B site. Throw down the fast lane, TP in. You can see they're hiding Kong behind the pillar. you have to consider it.
Yep.
You have to consider it.
Did it in the last one. Kong still sat here. Timing, however, going to be found for Buzz. Just swings the corner. Little do they know this B site is very open, free for the taking. Ooh, but so too is potentially this kill on a Meteor, Chichu. A nice little backstab of Sheriff. Upgrade.
That is not a gun you want to give Chichu.
Absolutely not. Moves it now to a 4v4 plant here into the open from Sylvan. Buzz maybe about to have contact here against Chichu. Pulls back off the angle. Now confirms it.
I am not challenging that if I'm Buzz.
Salvo's trying to push him out into the open here, but Izu able to find one. Smog, he does go ahead and take down the enemy Yoru, but Buzz is just tearing him limb for limb. A 3K, 3 players surviving. Weapons to be carried over. It's T1, move up by 2 rounds.
Yeah, T1 there, able to avert disaster with Kong's hidden position. Tried to see if they could sneak by. Meteor there, caught on his lurk, so be it. Not the end of the world in the long run. Great patience there by Buzz not to challenge that Sheriff. To create that extra angle. Let his teammate deal with it when they are forced to make a move. So again, the coordination starting to come together for T1. They're starting to look better than what we saw in Split. Now EDG wants to make sure they don't get bonused. Don't let T1 run away with this map. It's going to be the wall this time, placed ahead. So that normal fast execute that T1 really likes to deliver on this B site, going to be a lot tougher to pull off. You could get the TP through, you can get Buzz through.
Good amount of space here for Kong. Gets himself slid in behind that box. Grid A main.
Portal closed.
Trying to push forward here. See if they can get into this B site. Thrown from Stacks, trying to sell some further attention.
I like that a lot from Stacks. Keep him guessing. He's going to pedal back, kind of expecting that EDG is going to get aggressive. A haunt towards mid. No information gained off of it other than that space was clear. Meteor's going to take that timing, try to re-clear it himself. Razorvines right towards those one of the plant spots and towards the edge of Hall. Buzz likes to go that way.
Salvo's going to be sent through. Meteor arriving here at the connector, finds one, anticipates Smoggy's position as well. Can he win it out? Maybe Simon actually takes him down. Slow and steady, the creep up, but EDG very swift to shut them out.
And the thing to notice here is EDG has really done their homework on these B-site hits, the way that T1 likes to set them up. They're putting Razorvines at both edges of the hall. They're using the wall to cut off access to the B-site. Because if you let Buzz and Izu scale into that site, they're going to tear you apart. It's going to be a TP right behind that box you see there on the right-hand side of your screen. And then Buzz swings around the other side. They use the smokes to cut off Heaven and Hell and Link.
Standing ahead.
And then they just smother you out, set up for the post plants. But EDG a step ahead with some of this Vice util already. Really like to see that. Good preparation. Now let's look over towards an A-site hit. Very important round for the economies of both of these teams.
Same play, same setup here from Kong. Now going to start to back away. I'm not going to be coming through, and he takes a TP. That puts him back across the map over towards that B side.
Just kind of deathballing it here. You got a couple players from EDG. It's going to be a TP over. Kong reinforcing. They're reading this really nicely.
Nobody as well. Starting to cut across. Gets himself into position. The star is starting to fly. Dart cleared out. TP forward, slide to the back. Buzz, Izu, get one apiece. Re-swing, nobody able to go ahead and hold his ground. It's an immense amount of damage. Down to 8. The shot, however, through the wall. Simon getting the wall bang hit. Stacks gets eliminated. Player advantage still here for the side of T1. But by fairly narrow margins. Nobody to try to swing. He's good for one, but Izu and Meteor clean up the rest. And they keep T1 a 2-round advantage.
You can see how fearsome this T1 composition is. Even when you've got the read as EDG, you've got everybody leaning in other than Chichu to defend this. Even nobody's Tejo was sliding onto this A site, and you still can't shut it down because the executes are just so clean. the nanos, the relay bolts, the flashes from Izu.
Another shot from Izu, though.
He
Those
is.
bullets curving him around that fake out wanted style.
Man's out there playing gun kata.
He is.
Shortcut.
Quick exit there from Kong Kong. It's the overdrive. Comes through. T1 wanting to up the pace here against the eco attempt. Simon going to be the first to fall. Dancing around the smokes. Kong Kong does get a nice shot. Buzz going to be taken down. Smoggy lingering here inside of the smoke. Tries to go for a timing. Ends up falling to the wayside. Now a judge scooped up into Kong Kong's hands. And that could be devastating. Still has the sheriff, but he will lose his life. Sylvan gets the transition. 3 in the round. The last 2. Gorgeous shots. It's T1. Now up to 10 round wins, double digits. 3 away from closing out this series. EDG needing to rally back.
And I love the pressure that T1 is creating here. We haven't seen it on these 8 hits, where they're getting really deep, back towards the secret area, back towards their spawn. And Buzz pushes that space, and that gives them a ton of information, room to breathe.
Oh my God, bro. Oh my God.
They're getting jazzed up, and they have every right to be. EDG. 10-7, T1. 3 rounds away from closing out this series, sending the defending world champions to the lower bracket. EDG, a timeout call before the tech pause. What are the adjustments made?
There's that dimensional drift. Trying to identify, just sees a couple different players. TP's back over into B-Link now. Gonna clear that area as well.
Investigate, but it's starting to run out of time. Tucks into the corner, the Thorn's gonna be popped. Salvo's sent to try to flush him out into the open, and it works to treat as nobody. He's able to find the headshot, and Izu gets taken down. Chichu now. Play off a little bit of a timing here. Steel Garden gonna be sent in. Nobody. Scouting across confirms that there's no one else here in the site for the moment.
Placing alarm bot.
Just delayed. Meteor causing a little bit of attention towards A. His clear of a Prowler has gotten Kong Kong to rotate over to water. Now they're gonna rotate through, try to pinch onto this B site. Oh, Chichu!
Fantastic shot. Sylvan dead. Buzz dead on arrivals. He tries to get himself into the site, but they say absolutely not. EDG. They're gonna try to bring this one back. Stacks tries to make it a little bit more costly, but it's just a 1 casualty. EDG. Now just 2 rounds separating.
Chichu just so aware, just so ready for the angles that T1 is trying to break in through. He's having none of it. Great flush out there. Identifying Izu stuck in that corner, nothing he can do with the Taeho. Just lock him in. And then they just start knocking players down. Great coordination, great timing. T1 tried to work the middle of the map a little bit. Didn't go so well. Tried to see if they could not have to rely just on those executes. And EDG able to shut it down nicely. Something that EDG does really well is works the middle of the map on their defender side. Against G2, they were so clean. They're able to spread. They're able to lock down these choke points. And they make it so annoying, and that's a great shot from Kong Kong.
I mentioned lockdown is available, but Stack's going to be eliminated. The one player coming into the round that didn't have a weapon, just the sheriff behind. Sliding in, Buzz, distracted. Kicks the wrong target as Izu tries to get the little 180 flick. Just find Simon here for the moment. Kong Kong shortly gonna have to try to go for the reload. It's forced away for the moment. The Armageddon now gonna be called in. Izu on a crossfire, able to find Chichu. He and Sylvan though, very committed positions versus 3. But the cross to the side, Sylvan covering fire, able to keep his teammate protected. A tap at the plant. Smoggy now, seen here on this art side. As the stealth drone looks to try to get that suppression across, and will be able to do so onto Sylvan.
Fake teleport.
It's a game of cat and mouse now.
The spike still
30 seconds
out here
left.
in main. Sylvan needs to push his way forward.
He's gonna blink first.
They're trying to just cut noise. Sell that this has been a rotation cross towards that B side of the map, but EDG wisely play it patiently. Quick reposition, but the salvo's not on the mark. The plant comes in. Just the stun left available.
One enemy.
Smoggy finds the first. Sylvan gonna be taken down. Izu now with everything to do it. Just 12 HP to try to do it. They have no idea where he was. He used the fake gate crash before. They have no clue if he's still in the site or if he's relocated elsewhere. push getting ready to come through from Flowers. And on that swing out, nobody will find his target. Cosmic Defy does get burned. Still a bit off kilter here, a bit of an overcommitment from EDG.
Team A.
But more crucially, they get the round win.
You can see the pressure starting to get to these players a little bit. It's a really nice opener for Kong Kong. Put T1 down a man. Chichu, as always, so good for it. And just the tremendous patience to wait for that spike. And they're able to isolate the T1 players. Sylvan trying to cut off that art lurk from Smoggy. Not able to do so. Let's see what T1 can do as they're finally put down to a weaker buy for the first time.
Trying to go back to Thrifty Town. We'll see if they're going to be able to do it. Bucky, Hero, Vandal there in the hands of Meteor, otherwise Sheriffs. Meteor going to be spotted. It gives up the lurk. EDG, no. Meteor's that one guy. If there's going to be a hero rifle, it's going to be in his hands, and he's going to be the one to turn the round on its head. An exit there from Kong Kong. Full send on the rotate comes through. T1 trying to get back over to the safe side.
They're going to be rewarded potentially. Already another gate crash out from Kong Kong, though, so he's going to be able to get over here quickly. Simon ready with the util potentially. Now, going to get the confirm.
Fowler to check. They're going to try to pound him down, but no, relay bolt just to force him back away from the corner.
Go, go.
Fast lane. He skates on the site. Get ready to try to go for the plant. Up from Kong Kong, not falling for it.
Spike planted.
Flash onto the corner, and Isu! Guns down two! Picks up the operator, takes an exit, says thank you very much!
Oh, now he's got the dimensional drift!
He's just absolutely robbed and blind.
Nowhere to run.
Hunter's Fury trying to call for it here, trying to track. Stacks frantically trying to line up the shot. They jump back out over towards main Smoggy, however, down to a sliver. Chichu on a timing, pushing forward towards Art. Sylvan gonna be gunned down. The counter swing from Meteor, not there. That's a window for Chichu to try to work off of. But it can't make it happen. It's another MasterCard Thrifty. It's T1. Get up to 11. How do they keep getting away with these?
It's Izu again with a massive outplay as the Yoru. The pop flash catches two, and he's good for both. Ridiculous. And then the Thief in the Night steals the operator, takes it out of their hands, and they're gonna take the round. Tremendous stuff from T1. Great working of the map there as well. Creating some attention onto that B side, able to open up some space towards A, get that plant down. And then I love it again, they're getting aggressive towards EDG's retakes, not letting them set up for those floods. A couple of rounds they've been able to do that. They have shut EDG out. They gotta bait this wall out though. This is something that really is gonna cause them problems. And EDG's already leading ahead of it.
Sliding forward, Buzz gonna be put on the floor, nobody. Nice. Sheriff shot to find it.
He's unreal.
Chichu continues to try to shove him back. Nobody finds another. Even further value found. As oh boy, we're back on this script, hey?
That's done.
Unless Meteor has something to say about it. Vandal recovered into the hands of nobody. Kong Kong as well. That Phantom, but he's been spotted. He's been felled.
Bomb grenade out.
Nebula only gonna last for so long. The turret forward out of this one. Quickly cleared out. Smoggy gets repositioned here behind the screens. The reload goes through, and Meteor just a hair off the shot. Back-to-back MasterCard Thrifties once more. EDG just down by one round.
It's absolutely messy, but it's Chichu again with the Sheriff. No other gun needed. He might have more Sheriff kills than any other gun in this match. And Obity hits a really nice one too. But this is what I'm worried about here for T1 with that wall there. Instead of baiting it out and maybe taking a pause, waiting for it, they just say, we're just gonna go ahead of it. They're on a weaker buy.
A world away for T1. It's another similar call from a couple rounds ago. Just that Sheriff is, uh-oh. Timer paused. Looks like we might have a little oopsie. Really built up the tension. Let's drop these damn barriers and get back into the game. 4 rifles and a sheriff here for the side of T1.
Trying to set up a crunch play towards mid. Couple players just doing a little bit of an explore towards long. Flash goes out. Just using that to clear. You know that Kong or somebody should be lurking around that corner. Meanwhile, Buzz stomping around, trying to maybe bait out that star, whatever it is. And the wall as well was there.
Wall.
That's what he was looking for. He found it.
Gets the pop. Now the cluster up here towards this A side. Let's go up. Just here along the corner.
Buzz can hit a nasty relay bolt.
He's gonna slide in and he's gonna get absolutely destroyed. Smuggy able to find that headshot here as the crossfire set up from EDG. It's just too damn good.
Remaining.
Izu, they're not falling for it. As we are tied up 11-11.
Remember,
Too predictable here from T1. There's no confusion about this. EDG is ready for it the whole way. They don't expect them to be playing so aggressively right outside of that smoke. And they just shut it down, and the crossfire set up. And Buzz's relay bolt is late for it. Wasn't expecting them to be that close.
One enemy remaining.
Gotta work the map here a little bit more. They tried to send a bit of a fake, but because the wall is there, EDG knows they have that duration of that wall before they need to start thinking about other parts of the map. And they just plant their feet.
T1 want to prevent EDG from getting up to match point. They're gonna have to pull off another thrifty. 2 Stingers, 2 Sheriffs, a Hero Vandal here in the hands of Meteor.
There.
EDG for now. Very spread across the map. Stealth drone leading the way. Gets the ping out onto 1.
unsuppressed.
That's just Buzz, and T1 has been kind of sending Buzz on some solo missions to try to sell fakes, but EDG not buying it this time, committing a lot of their forces to this B site. I mean, this execute, if they commit on this, has to be immaculate.
3 players clustered in position. Meteor with the orb grab does get 1 away from having that lockdown available. Looks like T1 calling for a re-explore across towards mid.
Stack still has the drone, so we might send that down, Art. Yep, send a bit of a fake. See if you can at least keep an extra player planted over there.
30 seconds
There you
left.
go.
Go, go, go.
Potentially punishable there on the stacks. Almost gets caught. Buzz on the entry, however, going to be taken down. Chichu finding 2. Izu also taken out.
Down.
Meteor falls to the wayside, and Chichu rips him to pieces. He said, "This is my site, my tournament, my round." And he gets EDG up to match point.
The freight train has arrived. 32 kills now for Chichu on EDG. All aboard, because they want to go into that upper semis.
Down.
1 round away from doing it.
That's 3.
Just was checked a little too late by Buzz. He turned right as he was getting shot out of the air. Just crazy. He's just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Unbelievable. Now you're going to have an op. It is a full buy for T1.
Thank you.
You have to worry about Kong, the danger man.
They needed it most. The thrifty not found. Some pressure here on to Meteor. The swing off the Prowler. Smoggy absolutely nails him. The Thorns slowing up the approach. And everyone from EDG already in position. T1 are going to have to fight their way through this tooth and nail.
Tony's down.
They got to move off that stealth drone. That was just a great read on EDG's part.
The 1 ultimate that they had available, dead on the floor. The timing, a narrow miss. Stacks about to do battle here against Simon, but Simon steadies it! And in the blink of an eye, EDG take control! Sylvan's been sussed out, he's been found! Salvo's at his feet! And nobody will close it!